Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning October 12th through October 18th, 2020. And if you're a new subscriber, you should know that I do this every Sunday so that we can reset our energy and reset our focus for the coming week ahead. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do my regular on-camera videos. Okay, so let's get into this week's reading. This is such a beautiful card. I love this card. It says, Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. This is so profound, you guys, and especially for this week because on Friday, October 16th, we have a super new moon in Libra. I'll get into that in just a moment, but for right now, let's focus on the image on this card. If you'll notice, there's an image of a woman in actually two of the same women, which to me represents the world of duality that we are in right now, and how that world is very confusing because it's always a world of opposition, this or that, love or hate, darkness, light, and we're always dealing with those opposing forces within us, which can create inner turmoil, and particularly right now, some emotional turmoil. But if you'll notice in the image, this woman, or the two images of this woman, her hands are touching in the middle, right at the beginning of that staircase that goes up to that doorway or that portal representing the heart. And if you've been following me, you know I say this all the time, right? Just stay focused on your heart, stay centered. Your heart is the gateway to the universe. Your heart is the portal. It is the portal to the all knowledge, to your infinite self. It's the gateway that you're always looking for. And I think this is a mistake that we often make as human beings on this planet, because our senses, our perception is so geared to be focused outwardly. We're always looking for the answers outside of ourselves. You know, we might even look up at the stars and say, where's the answer? I need the answer. There's a place I know I need to go. Where is that home that I'm looking for? Where is that place? You know, it's kind of like we all feel like there's this place where we really belong, right? We all know that inside of ourselves. We know there's a place where we are whole, where we are at perfect peace, where we are expanded, powerful creators. We know there's a place called home. We just know it, right? And we kind of know it's probably not here on this crazy planet Earth with all this turmoil and strife and stress and confusion, etc., etc. We all kind of know that. I really believe we do when we tune into our inner being. Now, why would we know that? Well, because it's real. That's why we know that, see? But we are so conditioned to look for every answer on the outside of ourselves, because that's how answers come to us from the day we're born. Our attention is always drawn to the outside, the outside, the outside. We look to figures in authority. We're constantly scanning our outer world for that place called home that we all want to be. We all want to return to that feeling of home. That's really, really profound and beautiful, right? So the message for this week is so crystal clear to me that it's really calling for us to say, wait a second, hold on a minute. That's not the door to the home you're looking for. It's not outside of you. It's inside of you. Now, why would it be inside and not outside? Well, I'll tell you guys why. Because the home that we're all looking for is so infinite, so perfect, so powerful, so magnificent, I don't even know what the word is. It's just so beautiful. It's so amazing. And this physical world is not going to provide us with a doorway to that home. But the cool thing is we already have that doorway. That doorway is inside of us. And this is why I always say we got to meditate, right, guys? We got to make a practical habit to meditate, to practice going within. The reason we need to practice going within is because we are so practiced at going outside of ourselves. So we have to practice the ability to turn our attention within. And you can see in this image that when you see those two women and their hands are touching or their fingers are touching, and their energy is moving toward the center where that staircase is, and you follow that staircase to that doorway, to that gateway. You see what's through that doorway. It's the universe. That's the infinite universe. That's where that home is. Now, imagine yourself going through that doorway, through that gateway, and then you see behind it, there's a pyramid, and it goes upward. And then above that doorway, there's a light. There's a circle and a center of light. You can say that that represents anything at all. It might be different for each one of you, and always feel free to look at this image and derive your own personal meaning as well. It doesn't have to be only what I suggest. You might be getting something that's very personal to you in terms of the meaning from this card. So always feel free to do that. Now, you can see there's a pyramid that it's just like when you go through that gateway, you go through that portal, there are infinite possibilities. And that's what Ascension is. So to me, that pyramid also indicates Ascension. When I look at that, let me just come back to that image of that light at the top of that doorway. I keep feeling like that's the sun. It could be the central sun. Now, when I say central sun, usually I'm referring to the sun in our galaxy. I'm sorry, the sun in our solar system. But there's also a central, I guess you could use the word central sun in the galaxy. It's sort of like the center of the galaxy, but it could also be something more than that. It could be so many things. So that's why I say, feel free to derive your own meaning from what that means to you. But the whole image of that pyramid behind, as you go through that doorway, and you see that pyramid that brings that energy upward into a space where we can't even see from where we stand right now, right? That's Ascension. So the heart is the doorway, is the gateway to where what you're really looking for in terms of your experience of Ascension and the knowledge and the consciousness and the awareness that you really want. I also like the word devotion that's on this card, because what is devotion? Devotion it's like the primary love. It has to do with prioritizing love, right? So devotion means that your heart, you're devoted to your heart. You're devoted to your heart center. Devotion is a much, much deeper form of love. It's not superficial. So the message from this card is, don't be superficial about this. This is a very powerful opportunity. Go deep. Go practice it every day. Don't be dissuaded by what you've been told all your life, how you've been conditioned all your life, how you've been told. I mean, think about this, you guys. If you are told all your life that all the answers are outside of you, and the most important answer that you need is, how do I find that gateway back to my true home in this universe, in this cosmos? Where is that doorway? If that doorway is inside of you, what is going to happen if you just keep believing all the stuff you've been told all your life that it's on the outside of you? You're never going to find it, right? You're just going to be frustrated and discouraged and all those kinds of things. So even if this is not something you feel like you're any good at, or you haven't really worked at this ever, just take it one step at a time. Every day, spend 5 minutes, just every day, just be sincere, be humble, and just practice it. And I put an angel here because we have so much angelic assistance available to us to support us in this journey within, in this journey into the infinite, into this journey in the cosmos. I want to say one more thing, and then I will get to a little bit about the new moon. I want you to remember that you're in your physical body, but you are an infinite being. Your primary self is not physical. You know that because when your physical body the body doesn't depart, but I don't even like to say the word death, because it's just, let's just say if you're not in your body's just going to collapse. Let's put it that way. Let's just keep it real simple. Okay. So your primary self is not your physical body. Your physical body is simply an instrument. It is simply a vehicle that allows you, as the infinite being that you are, to be fully present on this planet Earth. So when you recognize, when you start to understand that you're not your body is your vehicle, you are infinite, then it's going to start making a whole lot more sense to you why this gateway to the incredible infinite universe would exist within you, within the infinite being that you are. It's going to start to make a whole lot more sense why it wouldn't be outside here in the physical world. Okay, so just kind of give yourself a chance to contemplate that a little bit, and I think you'll start to have some beautiful insights about that. Now, I just want to mention the new moon because this is so synchronous with this new moon on Friday, October 16th, because the energy of this moon, it's in Libra, the energy of this moon is going to be such that it actually draws us within ourselves. It's going to draw us to more of that inner work, more of a focus within. It's going to draw us into being more heart-centered, more in tune with that oneness of that love. Like you see in this image, it all goes forward into a sense of oneness. There's no duality where that gateway is. There's no confusion. See, it's the duality that causes all the confusion. When you enter your heart and you go through that doorway, confusion ends. There is no more confusion. There's only perfect, beautiful clarity and perfect knowing. And of course, infinite love. So I feel that this is a very powerful, very strong message being given to us at a particularly critical time where there's a lot of chaos in the physical world. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's all kinds of, well, you know what's going on. I don't have to tell you guys, right? But yeah, this is a critical but extremely powerful message. I just feel like there's so much power in what we are being guided to at this particular time. And I have next to the angel, I'll just mention because people often want to know what the stones are that I put in these little settings. That is a piece of rose quartz. It's a unique piece of rose quartz though, because it actually has crystal points to it. It's not just like, you know, like a rock. It's actually got points, almost like quartz would have, but it's actually rose quartz. So it's a really beautiful, gentle piece of rose quartz. It's very delicate, and I really love that stone because to me it's in keeping with the delicate nature of our inner being, how pristine and beautiful and gentle that space within our hearts really is. It's very powerful, but it's also very gentle. It's very sweet. It's very pure. Okay, so, and then, you know, I have the regular clear quartz points here, which I just think are amplifiers. They just amplify the message. They amplify the power. They amplify the energy. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. This is a wonderful, incredible message. I'm just so happy about this message. It's so wonderful. So anyway, you guys, I hope you all have an awesome and beautiful week ahead, a very empowering experience. And let me add one quick thing. When you go within and you go to connect with your heart, don't be concerned if you, especially with the influence of this new moon, don't be concerned if you find yourself running into some old emotional stuff that you need to address, or some, you know, stuff that you've maybe not attended to that you need to transmute. You can transmute it. Just don't be intimidated by any old traumas or negative energies that you might still be carrying within you. It's just energy. It's just an experience. You don't have to be intimidated by what is inside of you, because you've had it there for a long time probably anyway. Just look at it as energy and say, it's okay. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not intimidated by it. I'm just going to lovingly, with light and love, transmute that energy to purify my inner being and my inner experience so that I can go more deeply into that heart center, that gateway, that portal that will take me back into that home that I've been looking for probably all my life. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this message, and have a beautiful week, and I will see you all in the next video on Tuesday. Much love to you all. Namaste.